XINHUA News Agency. EYEVINEChinese Vice Premier Hu Chunhua meets with Scottish First Minister Nicola Sturgeon in Beijing. The First Minister came under pressure to reveal exactly what was discussed in constructive talks with the country's Vice Premier. Hu Chunhua. Ms Sturgeon met Mr Chunhua in Beijing as part of a week-long visit to boost trade and investment. She said they had discussed the long-standing friendship between Scotland and China, and how we can continue to develop this. Ms Sturgeon also said she had raised the issue of human rights. There are clearly enormous opportunities for Scottish firms to do business in China. Nicola Sturgeon She said, there are clearly enormous opportunities for Scottish firms to do business in China. Sectors including energy, research and innovation and life sciences all offer significant potential for growth, and I will be working to strengthen relationships in these areas throughout this week. Our China strategy is underpinned by promoting equality and a respect for human rights, social values and the rule of law. This is a key part of our relationship. We discussed those subjects today, and also inclusive economic growth, women's rights and children's rights, the last of which I look forward to exploring more in my UNICEF speech tomorrow. First Minister Nicola Sturgeon hailed the astonishing growth in food and drink exports to China's Scottish Lib Dem leader Willie Rennie, who has pressed the First Minister over China's human rights record, said she should be transparent about what was said. It comes after a £10 billion deal with Chinese investors collapsed. In 2016, Ms Sturgeon had signed an agreement with Sino-Fortune and China Railway No. 3 Engineering Group (CR3), but it collapsed amid concerns about the human rights record of CR3's parent company. It became known as the Scottish Shambles in China. Mr Rennie said, the Scottish Government has not delivered the strengthened human rights assessments process it promised over a year ago. We are still waiting for the new protocol for public agencies operating in countries of concern too. So when the First Minister discussed human rights with Chinese Vice Premier Hu Chunhua, the Scottish public will have to hope her words were stronger than her government's deeds. Nicola Sturgeon should be open with the public about the human rights issues she has raised with the Chinese government and the progress she has made. On the first day of her visit, Ms Sturgeon also hosted an event showcasing Scottish produce and technology.